Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we will study about triggers. So triggers are also very commonly used database objects, and to understand them, if you can understand triggers very well, then you can perform some complex operations, and then you can design your proper applications. All these you can do, but first of all you need to understand triggers. So what are exactly triggers? So triggers are almost like stored procedures, but there is a subtle difference. You need to call a stored procedure, but for triggers, you do not need to call a trigger. In fact, they are associated with a event, and when the event occurs, a trigger is automatically fired. It is almost, you must have done some kind of event driven programming, maybe in JavaScript, or Android, or maybe in your swings. You have studied it, then you must have done some event driven programming. So if some event occurs, then automatically the function, you associate a function with an event, and when the event occurs, automatically the function is called. For example, suppose you say on mouse click, so you associate an event with on mouse click, and when you click the mouse, actually the event gets fired, and the function is executed. So stored procedures are also triggers are also like that. So let us try to see, without wasting any time, let us see how can we create trigger. So if you have to create trigger, you have to create trigger, then you have to give the name of the trigger, and then you have to give trigger time. So trigger time can have two values, that is before and after, and trigger event is what insert, update and delete. Okay, so and then on which table you want to associate with the that trigger. So everything will become clear if we have a practical demonstration of all this. So let us practically try to understand this. Let us there is one table, that is I generally take the EMP table. So this is my very small EMP table, and now I want to associate a trigger with this table. So what I will do, I will just open a notepad, and so unlike stored procedures, you cannot have select statements inside inside triggers. So I will say create a trigger. Suppose the name of the trigger is trig underscore EMP. Okay, this is the name of the trigger, and I will say after insert on suppose EMP, and then I will say for each row. This I will explain what does this mean, and Control Z. I'll just explain what does this mean, and then within begin and end I will give the trigger body. Then I need to give the delimiter also. So okay, I'll set the delimiter, suppose to $, and begin and end. Within the begin and end I need to set the trigger body. So I have created a trigger. So when will this trigger fire? This trigger will fire when after perform an insert operation on which table? The EMP table. Okay, clear? Suppose you perform an after an insert operation on which table? On the EMP table. So like, suppose you say okay, suppose you say, if you write over here before, then what will it mean? It means before insert operation occurs on the EMP table. Or you can write something like this, suppose before update, that means before an update operation on the EMP table. Or you can write before delete, that means before delete operation on which table? On the EMP table. So this is the triggering over here. If you go, this is what the trigger event. So trigger event can have I'll just okay, I was on notepad. All right. So trigger event can be update, insert or delete, and trigger time will be before or after. Trigger time will be before and after. So let us try to understand this. I have one table. I'll just show you what table is it. Because inside triggers you cannot have any select statement, so I will create a log table. So I will say create just to understand how first of all we are trying to explore how triggers actually work. Okay, create create table, suppose trig underscore logs, and I will have just one columns logs, and this will be of type suppose varchar 200. Okay, let us do this. Table has been created. So the name of the table is trig underscore logs. So whenever I do this, suppose whenever you say after I will say after insert, After insert on which table? On the EMP table. After insert on EMP table, I will say insert into string underscore logs values. Suppose I will say new row in EMP table has been inserted. Okay, like this. All right, so I created the trig underscore EMP. So I am just gonna so what is this? What is the trigger body? See, the event associated with the trigger is that after insert on my EMP table, and what I'm doing, whenever you are going to insert on EMP table, a new row in the trig underscore logs table will be created, and that that will have this. Okay, a new row in the EMP table has been inserted. Okay, so let us try to do this. I'll just copy it, and I'm gonna I think I've copied it. I'm going to copy all this, and once I copy it, I'm just gonna paste it, $, and the trigger is created. So how now I will say insert into which table? Insert into EMP, and I will say values. Suppose a new employee is there. Suppose employee ID is 4. His name is suppose Madhava, and his department ID is, say, suppose 10, 20. Okay, and the manager ID is, say, suppose okay, it is equal to 2. All right, this is the manager ID. I'll just insert it now. Okay. All right, there's some problems, Okay. All right, I think there is a foreign key constraint that has been inserted. Again, I just need to put $. Okay, one row has been affected. So if you say select star from EMP, if you see this table, delimiter. Okay, if you see this table, then then one row has been inserted. And if you see this table, select star from trig underscore logs, what you are seeing, a new row in the EMP table has been inserted. Why? Because this trigger got automatically fired up when when you performed an insert operation on which table? On the EMP table. See, I associated this event, which event? The insert event with the EMP table, and this trigger got automatically fired when I performed insert on the EMP table. Now suppose I will now create another trigger. Suppose trig update. After I would say after update. Okay, and okay, so here I will say a new row in the EMP table has been I would say updated. All right, let us try to all right, I'll spelling UP update. Okay, update. Okay, here I'm just going to copy it, and after I copy it, I'll just run this. Let us see what happens. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now you try to update. So I have now created a trigger that is associated with what event? That is associated with an update event. Okay. That is associated with an update event. So let us try to run this. Let us try to first of all update the EMP table. Update EMP set, suppose ename is equal to Krishna, where ename equal to, say, suppose I want to update the name from Neha to, say, suppose Krishna. Okay, $. Okay, one match has been performed, so one row has been updated. Now if you perform select star from which if you do something like this, select star from trig logs, $. Okay, so now because you performed an updation, so a new row in the EMP table has been updated. And now I will tell you about this, which I told you that I will tell you about this also. What does this mean for each row? What does this mean? Let us try to understand this. I will say select star from EMP. This is my EMP table. All delimiter I need to set. Okay, all right. So now what I do, whoever employee is in department number 10, I set their department to department number 30. what will I say? Update what? EMP. Set dpt id equal to 30, where dpt id equal to 10. Okay, so can you guess how many rows in the MP table will be updated by this? See, 3 employees have department ID 10. So that means 3 rows will be updated. And for each of the 3 rows that have been updated, this trigger will run. Okay, this trigger will run for all the 3 rows that have been updated. Let us try before trying to do this. I will say delete from what, to make everything clear. Delete from trig underscore logs. First of all, I'll clear this table and I will say select star from trig underscore logs. This table is empty. Select star from trig underscore logs. This table is empty. And now you try to perform the update operation on the EMP table. Update what? EMP. Set what? dpt id equal to 30, where I would say dpt id equal to 10. So 3 rows will be updated, and for each of the 3 rows this trigger will run individually. Okay, so that is what is meant by for each row. If I say select star from trig underscore logs, you will get how many rows? You are getting 3 rows. So this is what is the meaning of each row. Suppose if 3 rows have been inserted, then for each of the row this will run. Okay, and now suppose you can perform you can write this trigger for what operation? You can perform this operation for delete operation also. Delete, and I would say a new row has been what? A new row has been deleted. And then I will change the name of the trigger. I will not say update, I will say it equal to delete. And now I've created this trigger, and now I'll just go and copy all this and I'll just paste it. Okay, alright, so now the trigger for delete event has been created. And now what I will do, I'll again I will delete from trig underscore logs. So this the delete event has been associated with which table? It has been associated with EMP table. Okay, so the trigger is going to run on delete of EMP table, and not to confuse it with trig underscore logs table. This table is not associated with any of the triggers. So I'll just I'll just run it. Okay, alright, so I'll just run it, and now what I will do, I will select this. I will perform a delete operation on the EMP table. I will say delete from EMP. Alright, delete from EMP, where I would say suppose EID equal to 2. Oh, there is a foreign key constraint, so now on this. Okay, I would say EID equal to 4. Okay, let us try to delete from this table. 1 row has been deleted, and now if you say select star from select star from trig underscore what underscore logs, if you do, then you are getting what? A new row in EMP table has been what? Deleted. I would at least not say a new row. I would go on to say a new row a row has been deleted. Okay, a new row, because I did it for insert, that is why it's not it's making not a lot of sense. I would say I would just remove this row in case of new, in this case of delete. Okay, a row in EMP table has been deleted. Okay, so this is this is the basics of triggers. But now let us go a little more further, and there are 3 operations. One is the insert operation, one is the I would say events, actually update event, and the third is a delete event. So for insert, you are inserting some value. Okay, you are inserting some value. So inserting the values that you are inserting, you can fetch it through what? You can fetch it through new. For update, you are removing some value and then you are inserting some new value. Okay, see, in update operation, what do you do? The previous values are removed and your new values are inserted. So for update, you will get both old and what? Old and new. And for delete, you are not putting any new value, you are just removing the old value. So for delete, you will only get what? You will only get old. So what are these new, old? Okay, let us try to understand this. So I will let me drop these triggers. Let me drop these triggers so I can drop trigger. I will just paste it, I think, copy it. Okay, sorry, it does not exist. Okay, and then there was one trigger that was associated with update,
and there was one trigger that was associated with delete. I'm dropping these triggers, okay, so that I can write some more complex operations on it. So there is one operation, one trigger that is associated with insert. So I will say after suppose insert on which table, on EMP table. For each row I would say something like this. Suppose suppose you are inserting into the inserting. So inserting, you are inserting some new values. So you can, suppose what new name you are inserting. So I would say concat, I will say you have inserted an employee with name, and then I would say comma new dot what is the name of the column? ename. Okay, so so what does this mean? When you are writing the new dot ename, suppose you write the statement, suppose you say insert into emp values, suppose you say 4 and Madhava and department ID 10 and the manager ID suppose 1, and you write like this. If you write like this, then what this new row you are inserting. So if I say new dot new dot id, new dot eid, see this column, his name is eid. Here you go, this from the EMP table, this is the eid column. So when I say new dot eid, what will be equal to? What will be equal to 4. If I say new dot ename, then it will be equal to what? Name equal to that will be equal to Madhava. Okay, a lot of spell mistakes. So this way it is gonna work. Okay, and similarly new dot department ID equal to 10 and new dot MGR ID equal to what? It will be equal to 1. So let us just verify it. I'll just remove it. List, I think, yeah. Okay, so it should work, I think. Yeah, all right, let us try to create this. You have inserted an employee with the name what? New dot name, and I'll just copy it, and then I'm just gonna I'm just gonna run it. Okay, I think it's not got copied. Okay, let us copy it once again. Copy, and all right, and now what I will do, I will insert a new row. What row I will insert into EMP suppose values, and suppose employee ID is 4, because this employee we deleted, and then suppose name is Madhava, department ID is 10 and manager ID is 1, and you insert this row, the limiter is $. Okay, you have inserted this row. Then you suppose say select star from what? Trig underscore what? Logs table. If you select it, then you will get what? Okay, this row was already there in this table, it was already there. Okay, so if you say delete from, all right, first I need to set the delimiter. Okay, delete from trig underscore logs, delete, and then you insert a new row. For example, I will say there is one employee, suppose name 5, his name is Madhusudan. Okay, his department ID is 10, manager ID 1. Okay, one row has been inserted, and now you suppose you say select star from what? From trig underscore logs. Then what will you get? You have inserted an employee with what name? You have inserted employee with name Madhusudan. See how you are accessing the name, new name. You are writing what? New dot ename. Okay, and now suppose I create a trigger for what? I create a trigger for update. Okay, and I would say with name. I'll just copy it, and suppose I go and paste it over here. I would say, because when you perform an update operation, you insert one, you insert one row and then you remove one row also. Okay, so here I'm doing the same. You have removed an employee with suppose name. Okay, So and this old, I will access it with what? Old. Okay. So the previous name that has been removed, I will access it with old dot new name, and the name that has been inserted, I will access it with what? I will access it with new. So let us try to run it. All right. This is my stored procedure, and I will before I will say delete from trig underscore logs, so that everything is clear. All right. $. Oh, okay. Why it is not getting? I think. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let me try to do this. Let me create it. Copy, and I will run it. Oh, sorry, it is not. I will say after insert, not. I will say after update. All right. So trigger has not been yet created, and $. Again, let me go just copy it, and if I just go and paste it over here, what will be the output? It is successful. So this is my EMP table. Okay, $. Okay. Okay, so now what I do is that suppose I change the name of Madhav to Keshav. Okay, so what query will I say? I will say update query. Okay, so update what? EMP set ename equal to what? Set ename equal to Keshav, where I will say ename equal to what? It is equal to Madhav. Madhav. Okay, yeah. One row has been changed, and once you say select star from what? Trig underscore logs. If you do like this, what it is giving. So it is giving what? You have inserted an employee with the name what? Keshav, and you have removed an employee with what name? You have removed an employee with name what? Madhav. Okay, so this is you are getting both old and new. But in case of delete, what you will get? You will get only what? For each row you will only get the old clause. So suppose I will say after delete, and here also I will put what? Here also I will put delete, and now I will say you have. I will write like this: deleted an employee with name this, and I'll just only copy it, and I'll just with the dpt id, I would say old dot dpt id, and I will just again, if I just go and paste it over here, I will say then suppose mgr id and old dot. So in case of delete, you will be only able to access what? You're only able to access the old old clause, because no new row is not getting inserted. So let us I think it is done. Okay, so I'll just go and copy it, and first of all I'll delete from trig underscore logs. I will empty this table. Okay, if I say select star from trig underscore logs, and this table is now empty, so that we have a fresh result set. Okay, so again copy, and just I'm gonna paste it. Alright, this has been pasted, and now when I say select star from EMP, see this this trigger has been associated with the delete event. So now let us try to delete one row, and let us try to delete for example, say suppose Keshav. So what will I say? Delete from EMP, where what? EID equal to Keshav. For Keshav, EID is equal to what? 4. So I just need to delete this row. So I will say something like this. Okay, one row affected. And now if you say select star from trig underscore logs, you will get what? You have deleted an employee with name what? Keshav. You have deleted an employee with department ID what? 10, and you have deleted an employee with manager ID what? Manager ID 1. So you are getting all the all the associated details of the rows that you have deleted. Okay, So this way, so just to revise, I would say, again, you just you take a look at this. For delete you are having just old, and for update you are having old and new modifiers, and for insert you are having only what new. Okay, so this way, we are working with triggers. In the next video we will continue our discussion of triggers, and thank you so much for watching this video. Okay.